for those of you who are wondering who I am and what I can do for you, let's talk about what's my company, what the mission is, what I can offer you, and how I do it. Let's talk. Okay, so the background is I'm Mia. Hey, I am a financial education speaker and consultant. And what I do best is I break down money moves. I help you release the shame associated with them. I help them be more digestible for you. And I help you go from struggling and stressed to empowered about money so that you can, like I said, you can release that shame. You can transform those spending habits and achieve financial stability. Now, that's what I do. How do I do this? I have courses. We'll go a little bit deeper into what services I offer. But I've been in business probably almost 7 years. I started my business based off my own journey. I became a single parent at the age of 17. I had my daughter about 6 days before I graduated high school. And essentially, made about almost I made a lot of money mistakes. I made a lot of the money mistakes that most people consider taboo or most people would be ashamed to admit that they have made. I've been evicted. I've definitely been fired before. I have filed bankruptcy. I foreclosed on a property. I essentially had a lot of ups and downs and ebbs and flows to my financial journey. And I were having just struggling, not able to get it right. I had ordered books because of course this is before YouTube University or any of those avenues. So I've ordered books. I had read all the things and done all the steps that they said that you needed to take, but I still was finding myself lost and I still was finding myself making the same mistakes over and again. So I had to really sit down like, what is this? What's going on? And it was at that point that I had to realize some of the things that I was doing that was causing me to mess up my money. And that was essentially self-sabotaging my journey to financial stability. Now, what is financial stability? That means that you're stable. It's not saying you have to be wealthy and rich and you have to have all this money, but just being able to pay your bills, like we talk about the little things, graduating from Walmart to Target, being able to have your bills on auto pay and not have to worry about if you're going to have enough money there, not having to check your money or check your bank account every single time you get in the line to buy something, or not having to experience when you swipe your card and watching the machine to wait to see if it gets approved. That's what financial stability means. And that's what financial stability can look like for you. And it's one of the biggest stepping stones, whether it comes to investing, having life insurance, or many of the other products that you sign up for or might be crucial on your journey to financial stability. It's important to have that financial foundation so that those automatic debits from that life insurance are not going NSF. And that you're able to have that money that's automatically going into that investment account to make those investments. So essentially, for you to do a lot of the leveling up that you need to do for your finances, you got to start here first. Okay. So for me personally, one of the things that I discovered about myself is growing up being the third child. So I guess a little bit more of my background. My mom was a single parent also, and I was her third child, and she was about 18 when she had me. 17, 18. So essentially that tells you right there a part of it that she had some financial struggles. Like her and my dad were together for a little while, but essentially she ended up raising all three of us. So it was a lot of hand-me-downs. It was a lot of, struggling, a lot of sometimes not knowing where we're going to get food again. And a lot of those things translated to me getting older and how I spent my money, especially when it relates to food. But it took me to sit down and actually realize that and have that thought about that. So a lot of times when you go to any event of mine, any course of mine, It's not just going to be your typical, oh, you're watching me and I'm just telling you what's on a PowerPoint. My actual services are going to be a little bit more interactive, and they're going to get down to, let's just say, a little bit more of the nitty gritty. Now, the reason why I became a financial educator was because I wanted to help more people like me. Being a high performing woman myself, you typically fall through the cracks. You make too much money to get a lot of the assistance. You live in a neighborhood that's genuinely considered more affluent, so a lot of times you don't qualify for those type of benefits either. So you find yourself in this kind of hole where it's like, look, it's up to you, and that's all you got. So I wanted to provide resources for those individuals. I wanted to help those that are seen as not needing help because they have a decent job, but gross is not what you bringing home. Okay, your gross income is just that. It's just gross because you look at it and never ever to see it again, because it's gonna get deducted and deducted and deducted until now you finally get to the net, which is what you actually take home as your pay. So I wanted to bring resources for that person because I've been that person. I've been that person where everybody looks at me like I have everything all together, when really I'm out here struggling and I'm juggling bills and I look like I got it going on, but really what it is, I'm just a professional juggler, and I just knew how to keep myself afloat until I did something about it, and I sat down and I sat in my uncomfortableness, and I became very purposeful and intentional about my financial goals, because I had a decision like, this ain't it. This is not what my life is meant to be. This is not what my future looks like. I know there's more for me. I know I didn't do all these things just so I can sit here and live paycheck to paycheck. I was not created, and my purpose on this earth is not just to pay bills and die. So once I had that determination, that's when I began to seek more knowledge, and I had to kind of do things the whole, I guess you could say, the old fashioned way. So I wanted to create resources that did that. The next problem I had is I felt like I was on an island. A lot of my friends were there and they were trying to be supportive, but it's hard to be supportive on a journey that you know nothing about. It's hard to be supportive when you're not on the same journey. You're not going to have the same comments, the same tips, the same support. I needed somebody who was experiencing the same thing, who can relate to me and empathize with me and understand that when I'm screaming and I'm frustrated about it, I'm not saying I want to give up on the journey. I'm just simply releasing that energy that I'm feeling at that moment, because the journey does not look like this. Your financial journey looks like that. Okay. So just to show you what a bit of my services and things like that look like, this is my website to kind of show you. I'll scroll up a little bit just to show you my services. So I offer an array of services. I work with businesses as well as I work with consumers. So let's go down the list. These are some of the people I partnered with. I kind of need to update these logos anyway, but we're not going to talk about that. So what I take pride in is offering very interactive and engaging services. So if you're in one of my courses, you can expect live demonstrations. You can expect me sharing my screen and coming out. Like, it's not going to be your typical where you're just watching me do a presentation. Even my presentations, we're going to have infographics. I'm going to have visuals, as well as I'm going to talk, because I understand that different individuals have different learning methods that they, I guess you could say, excel in. Now, consulting. So if you have an organization and you're looking to initiate a financial wellness program and you are wondering how to start that process, you need the curriculum built for that process, you want to get insight on the structure of that process, or you just need somebody to step in and assist, I offer that service. If you're looking for that, you definitely want to click the link in the bio, and then we can talk and we'll set up a call and we kind of discuss what success looks like for you, and then see what I can do, and we give a quote and proposal. It's really a very formal process, sales, as my going through my sales process, but I try to make sure that it's tailored to your needs, and that's why I always have a call first, so we can understand exactly what you're looking for and make sure I can provide just that. If you have a workshop or something that you need a facilitator for, if you want to bring somebody in to do a lunch and learn for your employees, if you possibly have some type of conference or workshop or summit or expo and you're looking for a speaker or a keynote, then feel free to reach out. And again, we can set things up. I do have a page dedicated to my speaking, and you'll be able to see some of my top workshops, and that's related to colleges and universities or organizations and conferences. So again, speaker, keynote for those type of events. I also offer financial coaching and counseling. So if you are looking for someone, you have a program and you need a facilitator to come in and facilitate the financial coaching. If you yourself as an individual, you are looking for help, maybe you've tried to work through your finances, but you need a little push, you need a little nudge, and you need a coach, definitely, again, reach out. All of the links will be located in the description, and you'll be able to go from there. Here we have my online courses. I have several courses. A lot of my courses are focused on money moves or purchasing a home. So if you're looking to purchase a home and you need to get your finances together for that, I also provide resources for that. And last but definitely not least, I have my membership services. So I have my membership services where it's basically I bring in different financial experts every month. We have a theme of each month. I do live Q&As. You'll get a discount on any in-person event or any other courses that I come out with. You automatically get a discount or automatic free access to them. These are just the benefits of it. Of course, we have some things in the pipeline. I'm working on building up a retreat and a summit for next year. So a lot of exciting things to come, but this is the basis of what you can expect. Then this is just sharing some of my reviews that I've gotten from others just over the year. Some of these are older, some of these are new. I'm so thankful for Nia's teaching. From listening to her, I've put $12,000 towards debt. Okay, give it up for Victoria. So that's just give you an idea of what some of my services are, what I provide and offer you. And I've had a lot of customers who come to me, and they typically come to me very frustrated and they feel overwhelmed or they feel like they are drowning in their finances. What I love to do, and I love to brag on this, I've had, one customer in general, she wanted to purchase a house. She had gone through a marriage where she experienced financial abuse. And now when she came out of the marriage, they got a divorce, that whole process was over. Her finances were in shambles. They had used her name, or they had things that they bought together, but maybe he was really using. And essentially, she ended up having to take that bill on because now it was on her credit. So she had to start from, you can't even say started from scratch. She had to start from negative, so just helping her get the knowledge that she needed, helping her build a plan to pay off debt, build up savings. And to this day, not only she had to go, like I said, to purchase a house, that debt was one of the biggest things holding her back, because if you don't know, when you go to purchase a house, they'll typically compare how much debt you have compared to your income. And if you have way more debt than you have income, they're typically not going to be excited about giving you a house. So she was able to get all that debt under control, got her budget, built up her savings, and she actually was able to buy her house 6 months early. Okay. She rants and raves. Maybe I should bring her on because she loves to share and tell people about me. And she doesn't mind me. Like, she always tell me, tell my story. Okay. I have another one. She was a single mom. She had 3 children, and her issue was more so that she felt more comfortable swiping her credit card. She had been swiping her credit card for so many years that that's what became second nature to her. So instead of using her debit card, her first mind told her swipe her credit card. And what ended up happening is she would build up a whole bunch of debt and rack up a whole bunch of debt. And she made decent money. She was established. She had a master's degree and she was making over 6 figures, but all of it was being eaten up. She had Home Depot, Amex. I think she had a Lowe's card too. She had a Navy Federal card. Like, she had a lot of credit cards, and most of her credit cards had balances over $10,000 and $20,000. So that's what was eating up her money, because she's paying $200 and $300 monthly payments on each charge. So yes, you're making a decent amount of money, but now you have these $200 and $400, and baby, that adds up every month. So what we did for her is we assigned her a debt repayment plan. She took one of my courses. She actually signed up for the financial coaching because she said she needed that extra nudge. And so we coached her through it. She was able to pay off her debt. That's actually Victoria, the one who had paid off the $12,000 debt. You saw that testimonial. And so now to this day, I'm not going to lie to you, she is not 100% debt free at this moment. But when I say she's down to 2 cards and only one of the cards has a balance. Okay. So not saying she's down to 2 cards like she closed all of them, but she was down to 2 cards of having to pay. One of them she used constantly for her monthly purchases, and the other one still has a balance that she is reducing. So that's what I mean, just to give a little bit more clarification when I say she's down to 2 cards. I want to encourage you to explore what I have to offer, explore what I give. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Don't be afraid to get personalized financial guidance. If you thought that you tried to do it and you felt like it was unsuccessful and you find yourself with that burning question of what am I doing wrong, or how do I fix this, or what do I do next? Don't be afraid to seek out personalized financial guidance. Trust me when I tell you, it will change your life. I do have a live webinar coming out July 30th, 2024, depending on when you're watching this video. Of course, hit that like, follow, and subscribe button to find out what else I'm coming out with. But go down in the description, sign up for my webinar. I will come on here live, bring your questions, bring your notebooks, and we're going to get down to it, because one thing about me is I like to be real and down to earth and create safe spaces to make us feel more comfortable talking about our money. Talking about money should be normal. It should be just like talking about the weather, because this is something that affects us in our everyday lives. And it's sad that we don't feel comfortable having conversations about it. It doesn't mean that you have to open up and tell everybody all of your money woes, but to be able to have a civilized conversation about money and actually include numbers and figures and detailed information, I feel like it's something that's very taboo. And that's something that I'm looking to change. I drop content right now. I've been dropping them every Tuesday to see how you all like that. If you have topics or things that you would like me to discuss, or you want me to come out with a video about, definitely drop that in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this video. Did you know I offered all these services? Because if you've been following me for a while and you didn't know I offered all these services, then I'm not doing my job. I have to do a better job of letting you all know what I do and how I do it. That's all we have for today. I'll see you in the next video.